Long ago, when the world was new and wild, before villages and farms and books, people lived close to the earth. Their homes were caves, their tools were stone, and their lives were filled with both wonder and danger. Great beasts roamed the land, mammoths with tusks that curved like the moon, saber-toothed cats that moved like shadows, and giant birds whose wings beat the air like thunder. In this untamed world, one secret kept people alive: fire. Fire gave warmth in the bitter cold, light in the endless dark, and safety from the predators who prowled the forests at night. Every tribe guarded its fire as though it were treasure, for to lose it was to invite hunger, frost, and death. In one small tribe near a wide rushing river, there was a boy named Tycho. Tycho was younger and smaller than the other children. When the hunters went out to chase mammoths, Tycho stayed behind. When the gatherers carried baskets heavy with berries and roots, Tycho's arms tired too quickly. So the chief gave him a different task. "You must guard the fire," the chief said one morning. "Do not let it fade. Without it, we are nothing." Tycho frowned. He wanted to run with the hunters, to prove he was brave and strong. Instead, he sat before the flames, poking at the glowing logs with a stick. His grandmother, who was as old as the hills and wise as the river, settled beside him and spoke softly. "Never think this task is small, Tycho. A single spark can hold more power than the strongest hunter's arm. Greatness hides in small things." Tycho tried to believe her, but he still felt left out. One bitter night, after a long day of hunting, the tribe returned with little food. Everyone was tired and soon lay curled in the cave. Tycho sat by the fire, as always. The flames leapt and crackled, warm against his skin. His eyelids grew heavy. He thought, just for a moment, that he might close his eyes. The fire would surely care for itself. But when he awoke, the fire was gone. Only a few pale wisps of smoke rose from a pile of cold ash. His heart thundered in his chest. Without fire, the tribe would freeze. Wolves would prowl close, and Sabertooth would not fear them anymore. He wanted to cry, but instead he clenched his fists. "I must fix this," he whispered. He crept from the cave into the night. The air was sharp with frost, and the moon glowed silver above the trees. Every shadow seemed alive. Tycho ran to the riverbank and searched the ground. His fingers closed around two hard stones. He remembered how the elders struck them together to make sparks. He gathered dry grass, bark, and twigs, and he struck the stones again and again. Sparks flashed, but each one vanished. His hands grew sore and blistered. Still he tried. His breath fogged the cold air, and he whispered to himself, "I must not fail." Then, at last, one spark caught. A tiny orange glow spread through the dry grass. He bent close, blowing gently, feeding it with twigs until it grew into a small flame. His eyes shone as brightly as the fire itself. But just then, a branch snapped in the darkness. Two glowing eyes appeared. A saber-toothed cat stepped into the moonlight, its long teeth gleaming. Tycho froze. The cat lowered itself, ready to spring. Desperate, Tycho lifted the flame high. The fire flickered in the night, and to his amazement, the great beast stopped. It snarled, but it would not come closer. The flame scared it away. Slowly, the cat slipped back into the shadows. Tycho trembled, but his heart swelled with pride. "The fire saved me," he whispered. "The fire is stronger than the sharpest tooth." Cradling the flame carefully in a hollow piece of bark, Tycho ran back to the cave. His people stirred as he entered. They blinked at the glow in his hands. He set the flame onto the ashes of the old fire and fed it wood until it roared again, filling the cave with warmth and light. The chief stared in wonder. "You brought fire back to us," he said. The hunters bowed their heads. Even the strongest among them looked at Tycho with respect. His grandmother's smile was brighter than the flames. "Now you see, little one," she said, The smallest ember can save many lives, and the smallest boy can carry the greatest strength. From that night on, Tycho was no longer the child who only sat by the fire. He was Tycho the firekeeper, the protector of his people. Every night as the flames leapt and cracked before him, he whispered a secret to the fire. You and I are the same, small, but full of power. Subscribe to this channel for more.